Our next to last question. Please tell us what your plan is for solving traffic congestion, particularly in the area of Grant Road, Covington, Miramonte, and Portland. We'll start with Curtis.
Do you mean in particular, say, Grant and Portland, Covington and Miramonte, or just all the collector streets in general?
Well, it said solving traffic congestion, particularly in the area of Grant, Covington, Miramonte, Portland.
Is that all? As part of the community building, one of the things we need to acknowledge is that we're the ones behind the wheel of all those cars on the road. There are contributors besides the residents. So we have our schools that are nearby here, and this is an issue that has built up over decades. And so the solution is something that's going to take us years and years to undo as well. I would like to see us reach out to the communities that are, or rather, excuse me, the organizations that are contributors to this, such as our schools, and put together an integrated plan for that. The city itself is moving forward. You should all get involved with the city's collector traffic management plan, and it involves getting the ideas from the citizens. What kind of changes can we make in traffic patterns? What kind of bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure can we improve to get people out of cars and reduce the amount of traffic? And what can we do to make sure that there's not enough cut-through traffic on side streets?
Val.
If I had to guess, I'd guess this question is about the Block Middle School. Those are the streets that are nearby it, and we've been studying it. The City Council has funded a traffic study of that area based on the congestion in the area, and that study is supposed to come back to us, to the Council, after, I think, the first of the year. There have been public sessions. We had a study session with quite a few residents of that area who came to talk to us about it. I think that we need to look at things like, do we need a traffic signal, at Miramonte and Covington, for example? Should we be closing off streets like has happened in other areas? Should we be allowing the no right turn onto Eastwood to continue? Should we allow no stopping behind Block on Caramel Terrace and Altamede? These are all questions that are being addressed, I really hope, by the traffic study, and something that will come back to council. But we do have traffic congestion around our schools, and this has been a flashpoint, this particular area, and we're working on it, and I look forward to the results of the study.
Nancy.
I live right across the street from Block. Very personal question for me. The Neighborhood Traffic Management Plan was produced by the city to address traffic on local neighborhood streets around schools that weren't designed to be collector streets or busy streets. We need to allow residents to use that program. We need to allow them to actually control the traffic on their neighborhood streets that weren't designed to hold the kind of traffic that we have now. The city has a collector calming traffic plan, I guess, that is being proposed and that is being funded to help us address the traffic on the busier streets. So allow the residents on the neighborhood local streets to divert traffic away from their neighborhoods, which is where it was never designed to be in the first place, and let's, as a city, look at the bigger picture, traffic calming on collector streets, and how we address that. There are a lot of standards, a lot of benchmarks that we can use to learn from. Assembly Bill 1358, Complete Streets, which teaches us how to effectively utilize the right-of-way for all pedestrians, all traffic users, all street users. A lot of tools that we can use that are out there right now. We just need to take advantage of them, but we need to focus on letting the residents use the programs that they have to keep traffic off the residential streets.
Jarrett.
When it comes to traffic management, there are really three important areas that the city must look at. This is engineering, education, and enforcement. Without any one of these three parts of a traffic strategy, there's very little chance of success. Engineering is very important to consider. If we were to place something like a traffic light at one of these intersections, that affects traffic 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. We have to be very careful when we make engineering changes, hoping that it's going to be the end solution, because it also involves education and enforcement of the actions the city takes. Well, if we place a no right-hand turn sign and it's not enforced, that engineering solution does not work. If we do not educate the public, we do not have the solution of collector streets working either, because we need to make sure that everybody understands that traffic will flow more smoothly if we do take advantage of the collector street program. So when I would approach any traffic situation, it would revolve around engineering, education, and enforcement.
And the final question. Outside of the regular statements around fiscal discipline and balanced budgets, name your top priority relating to the city's financial viability for the next 4 years. Val.
Well, I don't understand the first part of that question, because I think that the goal is for us to have balanced budgets. And what the council currently has accomplished, and what I personally would commit to for the next 4 years as my top priority, is continuing to deliver balanced budgets, to increasing our reserves, which we've done. The state took away $1 million from the Los Altos city budget last year. We eventually got it back, but we